if you deteriorated according to your own vices, and that got out of hand, what would that look like 5 years down the road? Everyone knows.
Oh
Some
yeah.
people flirt with alcoholism or drug abuse or
Sex addiction.
yes, that's right. Fractured relationships
Snacks,
or
even candy, whatever.
and then you have a sense in your mind of what you'd be like if you let yourself go.
Oh, I'd
Well,
be sick, man. I'd be under a bridge or something. I'd probably be behind like I don't know, living behind a Tim Hortons or some, some type of place. I'm trying to make it local to you, but like I'd be living, I'd just be doing drugs or just probably listening to Aerosmith. I'd be outdoors, I bet, no real home. I'd have no family.
yeah, so for you it's a vision of homelessness and substance abuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got to ask yourself, like, okay, think about that. Is that what you want? And think about it. Imagine that
Right.
that's what awaits you. Well, then you have a better thing to be afraid of. It's like, afraid as I am of gripping my own destiny, here's the alternative.
Right, and
This
now
is
you've created
plausible.
now you've created a reality of what that looks like. So now you have something to battle against, right?
Yes, exactly. And
Right.
you need part of being motivated is to be afraid of the proper things. Afraid as you might be of success, and fair enough, it's possible that you should be more afraid of stagnation and failure. But you have to make those things real for you before they have any power.
Yeah, as you're talking, I'm even realizing that if I don't make the lowest, if I don't make the reality of what could happen if I don't take care of myself, and if I were to like devolve and disintegrate into my worst place, if I don't make that a reality, it almost lets me stay in the fog even more, because now even there's not even the end hasn't even been created. I've left it all just so vague that I can just kind of meander around. It's like it reminds me a little bit. I didn't want to quit smoking for a while, because if I quit smoking, then I would have to actually then do something else good for myself, or I would have to then be a non-smoker, and a non-smoker might then go for a run, or he might then achieve a different goal. So one of the reasons I realized for a while that I didn't quit smoking was because if I was real honest with myself, I wanted to always have an excuse of why I couldn't do other stuff.
Right? I think that's that's the kind of observation that's necessary. So you've made 3 observations so far about, sort of nefarious, dark motives that keep you down. You said, well, there's the unwillingness to take responsibility, the fear of the distance between you and your ideal. And then now you had another one, which is, well, it isn't just quitting smoking, because that's part of the decision to be healthier. Well, what does that mean? Well, it doesn't just mean quit smoking. It implies other things. And those things are effortful in the moment, right? They pay off in the medium to long term, but they're effortful in the moment. And so, and that your ability to do that is exactly part and parcel of that process of pulling things out of the fog. It's like, these are really good questions to ask yourself. It's like, well, what reasons do I have that I don't want to admit that are stopping me from doing those things that I want to or know that I should?
I'm afraid of judgment mostly, usually.
Afraid of judgment.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm afraid I'll fail. I'm afraid I'll realize that I'm not good enough, or I was never capable enough in the first place.
Right, that's a really big one right there. It's like, I watched this Simpsons episode recently where Bart had to get a C on one class or be held back. And he actually studied for like 2 days, and then he failed. And he broke down and he said, well, my God, this is so terrible, because I was failing before, but I wasn't trying. And so it wasn't really failure, because
I never tried.
But this time I really tried, and yet I failed. And well, it turns out that, it works out for him in the end, but that's not the point. I thought it was a very apropos episode, because it is much different to fail when you've gone all in.
Hope you enjoyed that video, and you can watch another. And you can watch this one, you can watch this one. Different options, different choices. Some guy just brings you one option, not this guy. 2 options. Watch one. This one or this one.